Okay, let's take care of actually creating a series. Now, service controller, we need to think about how we want to handle this. So this is our store method. Laravel automatically injects an instance of the request that contains all the request data. Now we have to maybe do things like validation roles right here, or actually uploading the image inside here and saving the series to the database just inside this method. So what I actually like to do is create custom requests just for uploading a series or actually creating a series. So all our validation rules are going to be there, all our policies are going to be there, and maybe some of the logic that we have to use to create a series. So let's go ahead and generate that. PHP artisan make request, create series request. So we can go to our create series request right now, and we're actually going to inject an instance of this class into our series controller. So rather than this, we're going to type hint, and Laravel is still going to give us an instance of this our class. And simply our create series request extends the form request by Laravel. So we're going to be able to maybe customize some little settings right here, but we're still going to have access to the underlying request. Okay, we need to use that. So use broadcast http requests, and that's the create series request class. Okay, so how do we want this to work? Let's just visit this class, the request class, and I'm just going to change this to true. And this authorized method is actually a method to determine if the user is authorized to make this request. And this is one of the flexibility that creating custom requests gives us. So we can actually run a middleware or run a particular check here to see if the user is an administrator or if he's authorized to create a series. And then this is automatically going to protect us rather than having complex if statements in our controllers. Then we can also have our validation rules right here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is upload the file. So we want to upload the file that was sent to us. The second thing we need to do is create the series, and finally we're just gonna redirect user to a page to see all series. So how are we gonna upload the file? Now I'll take you to uploaded file instance, and that is what we get when we actually upload a file, and that's in illuminate http uploaded file. And I'm gonna walk you through some little methods that we have. So now Laravel provides us with this fake, which is for testing, and we're going to see that later. Now we have a store method that stores the uploaded file on a file system disk, right? Then this calls a store as method behind the scenes, and looks like this store is simply a wrapper around the store as, and it provides a hashed name for our file. But if we call the store as method directly, we can actually pass in a custom name. Then looks like we also have a store publicly file. So store the uploaded file on a file system disk with public visibility. So maybe if we wanted to display the image later, Laravel will permit us to do that. Then we also have a store publicly as file, which would actually let us customize the name of the file. So you see the store publicly simply hashes a name and gives to us, but the store publicly as simply gives us the possibility of passing our own name. So looks like this is what we want. So store publicly as is going to store it on a disk with public visibility in a very simple way for us. So we're simply going to say image equals request image, because that's the name we are using in our form. Then store publicly as, and we need to pass in the path and the name, right? So let's pass in a path. We simply want it to be in a series directory, and the name should maybe be string slug of the request title, right? We're gonna get back to this in a short while, but I just want this to work, and we're gonna customize this the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so we're passing in a name right here and the directory where we want to save that. Then we need to create the series, right? So let's just say series create, pass in an array of title, which is going to be request title, description, which is going to be request description, and we have to take care of this image URL field. So I'm just going to say URL for now. Okay, then redirect the user to a page to see our series. So return, redirect back just for now. Okay, we're going to be coming back to customize this later on, but what we want to is actually see this working. And I think this is going to break, but let's just go ahead and try it out and see what we get. Let's import series. Then back to our form, we need to make sure we tell that form to submit to the right route. So let's see a route list. Looks like the name for the post is series.store. So let's go ahead to our form and make sure that this points to series.store, echo out route series.store, and we'll provide a CSRF token. Okay, so let's try this out and see what we get. Refresh, new series, upload the file, description, and create series. And we have an integrity constraint violation on the slug, and I think that's my fault because we're trying to create a series without passing in the slug, right? So we have to make sure we pass in a slug right here. But looks like the image upload was actually successful. We're gonna check that out in a moment. So request title string slug. Let's go ahead and check out our disk to see if we actually had an image uploaded. So storage app public, we have a series directory, and yeah, we have new series right here, but we don't have the extension, right? So that's what I was talking about right here, but looks like it uploads pretty well, and we're gonna take care of the extension very soon. So let's make sure this works, and then we'll take care of this later. New series, again, file upload, description, create series. Okay, so we're redirected back to this page. Seems like everything worked perfectly. So now why don't we take care of all the image stuff in the next video?